All right, so first off, it's been a pleasure for me to serve as your ASB President, and it's been such an honor to work with these fine people here behind me. Now I know all of you guys sitting here want nothing more than for me to have this long drawn-out speech and go on and on and on so you guys can all fall asleep, and maybe you'll remember me. For those of you who are drowsy or dipping your heads, think about this. There are a lot of warnings and do's and don'ts about drowsy driving, but there's nothing on how to avoid sleeping through an assembly. So I compiled the list. Do think of your most embarrassing moment, as this will cause the blood to rush to your face and speed up your heart rate. Whoa. All of your guys' faces just turned like 2 shades of red darker to say your information. Don't just rest your ass. As soon as you say this, you're as good as gone. Do sit next to a guy or girl you think is cute. Only a fool would sleep through an opportunity like that. Unless you are super smooth and you can plant your head right on their shoulder, then go for it. Last but not least, make sure you and your friends carry around some lukewarm water and plan on putting anyone's hand who falls asleep in it. Then get your phone out for the picture. Okay, now that we're all awake, I want to tell you a few facts that you may not know about some very well-known people. Pay attention to one thing in common with all these people. Have you ever heard of traffic data? Of course not, because that was Bill Gates' first business that failed badly. Albert Einstein didn't speak until he was 4 years old. Jim Carrey used to be homeless. Benjamin Franklin dropped out of school at age 10. Stephen King's first novel was rejected over 30 times. Jay-Z couldn't get signed to any record labels. Vincent van Gogh only sold 1 painting in his lifetime. Steven Spielberg was rejected from USC twice. So what was it all these people had in common? They all failed or had problems earlier in their life, and yet still became successful and rose to the top. These people were not abnormal to the point where they could just make it through anything. They weren't famous at this time. They were just like each and every one of you. They simply made a choice to keep trying and never gave up. No matter your circumstances or background or where you stand right now, today is the day you can begin your path on being better. Don't count yourself out, just answer the call. The first step can look very different for a lot of you. Because we're here at elections, perhaps these candidates have taken their first step by trying to get involved for this upcoming year. Maybe your first step can be getting more involved here at school. I know there are some people out there who wish that they were more involved, and there are some who more than desperately wish that they were sitting right down here. I challenge you to do it. Just go out and try it. Have courage. Whether it has to do with student leadership or not, stand up and step forward. Please give your undivided attention to these 2 young men who have worked extremely hard to get to where they are. These men are both very hard workers. To sum up what I've said today, please vote Seth Walker for class president. Please. My mom said if I didn't put that in there, I'd be grounded. Without further ado, let me introduce you to your first student body president candidate, Benny Lee.
All right, good morning, Ellsworth High School. Quoting the 33rd President of the United States of America, Harry Truman, in periods where there is no leadership, society stands still. Progress occurs when courageous, skillful leaders seize the opportunity to change things for the better. Fellow peers, I'm here to seize that opportunity. Having known past presidents such as my older brother and current ASB President Trent Walker, I understand the massive responsibility and time management required to be a successful president. With practice, I've been able to master the utilization of my time efficiently. Being involved in ASB over the past few years has taught me the importance of staying true to everyone around me, and I don't take that lightly. I've planned and participated in TOLOs, homecoming activities, and so much more. I like to do work and I'm not scared of it, but when it's time to work, I like to do it with a smile on my face. My past exemplifies dedicated, self-driven advocacy on behalf of all of us. But I want to know your interests and desires because I know the potential we can reach next year, not only in academics, sports, student government, musicals, clubs, all aspects of this school are sky's the limit. But from past to current, through all the experiences, The thing that really matters is that I love different things about every single person here, and I love this school with everything I have. I will always work towards innovation, and I promise you that will never change. Some of you out in the crowd today may be thinking, will he be a good president? Will he actually take this seriously? As many of you know, I love to laugh all the time. When it comes down to business, when it comes down to leading a school, I know I have what it takes. As said by Emile Zola, the artist is nothing without the gift, but the gift is nothing without the work. I know there are a lot of hours required for this job, and I'm willing to put in every single last one. But fellow peers, my eyes say that there's more to being a president than living on a tight schedule and working hard. That there's more to being a president than the usage of propaganda and flooding the whole school with flyers and posters. No matter how well he or she advertises themselves, what really matters is what's on the inside. So let's take a minute right now and imagine next year. Imagine which candidate you would want up here running your assemblies, planning your dances, and generally improving your high school experience as a whole. No matter what your background or who you are, I simply ask that you vote on the candidate who best represents you guys as a student body and exemplifies the qualities of a leader. A leader that is a problem solver, not a blamer. A leader that is a uniter, not a divider. A consensus builder, not a finger pointer. A leader that inspires others to do their best. So to all the students of Ellensburg High School who are still awake, I would just like to say, out of all the things I could say in this speech, is that I genuinely care, and I really do care a lot. Like, I consider every individual here as a friend, whether you play sports or not, whether you're a musician, a gamer, or a reader, whether you love your truck more than you love your girlfriend, or for some of you, whether your truck is your girlfriend, whether you even care about elections, or whether you know me or not, I want to be there for you. As I close this speech, I want you guys to know that you guys are not just a vote, but you guys are all a voice, and a voice I will make sure be heard. Thank you.
I stand before you today, not with my own agenda, but with yours. And a question, which would you rather have for this position? A friend or a leader? What is the difference? A friend is nice, tells you what you want to hear. They might step back to keep you happy. They can shrink from responsibility. But a leader does not. A leader stands up for you no matter the cost. A leader gets results. A leader fights for you. I am a leader. As for your agenda, that is simple. Tomorrow you rise up and vote Wilson. After that, we rise up. But what does rise up even mean? When we rise up, we do great things. We do more than we ever thought possible. We climb to the top of the podium. We rip down the old order and replace it with something new, something better. We go from a loosely connected, associated student body to one united student body. We have one goal: rise up. I tell you this: I do not come with talk of things you do not want. I do not commit to things I cannot give. However, I do promise one thing. As soon as you elect me, I will begin my open door policy. I will sit in the lunchroom after school every day, making all that the ASB wants, all that the students want, all that you want. For the students, by the students, a chance for you to rise up each day. Vote for Wilson because I can give you what you want. Vote Wilson because we need a leader. And vote Wilson because now is the time we rise up.